Just tapping in before I go to bed. Um, and wanting to tap in about why, why, why heal? Why now? Um, and why do it in the first place? What are you healing for? Um, I think a lot of times situations that we have been through can catapult us into a healing journey, or sometimes um, you may be in a space or in a relationship that makes you feel like, oh, I need to do some work on myself, or maybe that person is judging you because you have work to do. And so you start your healing journey. You have no idea, what it's going to be like or what it will entail, because I think a lot of times when people think healing, they think like retreats and spas and like going to brunch and like enjoyable things. But when you really get deep down into healing, um, it can be a lot. Okay, those fireworks. Um, but yeah, it can be a lot. It can be a lot to process, a lot to go through. It can bring up things that are very traumatic. So it can be really hard to stick to it. And I think oftentimes it's easier to just, cope or hide whatever pain you're going through. It's easy to, um, drink or smoke your problems away. It's easy to not talk about your issues or your problems. And so um, I think that it's important to know why we're healing, what we're healing for, um, why we want to be different, why we want to become something new. Because once you have had your eyes open to like ways that are harmful to us and our community, I think for me, it's hard to go back. Like I could never, um, I mean, honestly, I don't really have a choice. I feel like the way my body is set up, God knew. Like the way my body is set up, I can literally do nothing. I can't drink. I can't like just even lately like eating bad is really just sending me, and I'm realizing that my body is really sensitive. And so I've had to be very careful about um, what I put in my body. Liquor is absolute no for me. Cannot do it. And so, um, you know, but I realized that liquor can be a way for people to not feel the pain that they're experiencing. And healing means experiencing that pain. It actually means sitting with that pain. And that can be a lot. Sitting with pain and grieving, crying. It can be a lot, especially if you're not taking care of yourself. If you're not equipped with the tools to say, all right, I've been crying my eyes out, bawling my eyes out. I need to go and get me some water. I need to go get some fresh fruit. I need to go get some things that will replenish me, coconut water, some electrolytes, you know, um, and which is why I always refer back to healing should be holistic. Healing should be holistic because we you can't just adopt one part of the healing journey and think that that's all the work that you're going to have to do. You literally have to um, have different modalities of healing, which is why I love healing arts, because I think that the healing arts allows us. First of all, I don't think that healing is possible without the arts. So that there's that. But I really think that the healing arts are just a way to forget almost like I'm healing, but I didn't even realize it for a minute. I didn't realize that I was like doing some deep healing. And so I think the healing arts are really amazing, and I think it's a way that kind of eases us into the healing journey. We're able to ease into the journey. We're able to um, move in a way that it oftentimes does not feel like some of the pain that you can experience in it. And it feels it. Of course, you're gonna always feel the pain if you're grieving or if you're going through something. There will always, and that pain to me is not. It's not just pain. That pain is meant to serve a purpose. It's meant to be a reminder. It's meant to remind us that there was love there. That there are memories there. Um, and I think it's all about perspective. It's all about how we perceive the things that we go through. But I just feel like music, just even things that are simple as like yoga, music, journaling, art therapy, painting, nature. Those things are very healing, but it doesn't necessarily feel like, oh, I am healing right now. You know, it kind of allows you and your mind to escape and go other places and enjoy whatever that art is, whether it be nature, whether it be music, drawing, or whatever. I feel like you can lose yourself in that. And to me, I prefer for us to lose ourselves in something like that versus something that's harmful to our bodies. So I am a really big advocate for, the healing arts. And um, like I said, the reason why I even am doing this live today is because I just think it's important to know the why you want to heal. What's so great about healing for you, because it's not easy. And if you don't know your why and you're not committed to your why, I think it can be very easy to go backwards and be like, F this, like I'm not about to be doing this shit. This shit is hard. Um, I have to, show up in ways that I've never shown up before. Um, and so I think that, it can really be easy to just be like, forget this. I'm not about to be doing this. I'm not about to be going through this. I'm not about to experience this pain over and over again. Um, I think it does get better. I think over time that it doesn't always, it's not always so heavy. It's not heavy. And I think that um, over time, it, it's a part of your life. It's a part of your life. It's a part of just processing in general. We know that we have to go through healing phases. We know that there are going to be times where we have to grieve loved ones. We're going to lose people, and I think that it's really important to just understand that that's life. Like that's life. Like life is grieving, life is healing, life is hard times, life is pain, but life is also joy and love and peace, and happiness. And it's just all about perspective and understanding why we're going through the things that we're going through, why why we feel the way that we do. And I feel that um if our healing journey is attached to peace, Damon, the money bag, the money, okay, the money, the great. Peace. But yeah, I just feel like, if you have like a reason why, like for me, my personal reasoning for me healing, for one major thing is my son. um it wasn't always my son. I started my healing journey like over a decade ago, I believe. And, then it was really just because I wanted clarity in my life. I wanted to understand why I was feeling the way that I was feeling. I wanted to understand why I kept going through like all these different waves of depression and anxiety and fear, and why I couldn't just be my best self. And I think um, I wanted some peace. I wanted peace of mind. And now, I have new motivation. I don't want to traumatize my child. I want my son to grow up and see a healed, better, um, version of me. I don't want him to have to experience, harm coming from me. And so, that is a really big motivation for me right now. Um, you know, and I think it's important for all people to figure out why you want to heal, because the shit ain't easy. It's really not. It's not easy to heal. It's some hard shit, really facing your own ego, facing the things that sometimes when you are healing, you have to realize that you are wrong. It's not everybody else all the time. It ain't everybody's fault all the time. And sometimes it's you. Sometimes you have to, figure out how you're showing up in a space, and how you're causing your own pain, because you continue to put yourself in situations that aren't healthy for you. You continue to dwell on things that don't matter. You continue to not educate yourself on how to heal. And I think that, in those cases, you're the problem. I'm the problem. We're the problem. And so, and that's hard. It's really hard to take a look at yourself and be like, damn, I'm wrong. And not only is it hard, but it's actually kind of hard to see. It's kind of hard to realize that, damn, it was me. And that part takes time. I've been in that position multiple times where, you know, I didn't realize that I was wrong until, like, sometimes years later. Years later, I realized, like, damn, that was kind of shady of me, and I should have handled that differently. And so, I think when those waves start to come, sometimes you can feel guilty about the fact that you're not, you feel guilty because you didn't show up in a space how you wanted to. And so then, you can hyper focus on the fact that, you know damn, I messed this up. I ain't even apologize, or, say you got into it with somebody and then they're no longer here. And so, yep. Yeah, it's all about like that sacrifice, and really just um allowing room for change and allowing room for growth. But growth is difficult. But, I've witnessed and experienced, people, a lot of times when people transition, it's really hard when someone transitions, and, the relationship wasn't what the relationship, or what you thought you wanted the relationship to be. And so that can be really tough, just like dealing with that. And like I said, the sometimes the blame or the shame of, once we realize, like, damn, I was wrong. And then how do you make it right? Like, what do you do to right those wrongs? And I really think, what it looks like when you begin to right the wrongs is that you begin to just trust yourself, and you become a better person around the people that you can be better around. And, I have dealt with my, I guess what do they call it? It's like fear of missing out, or just fear of, like, not doing things right. And sometimes I'm consumed with regret, and, like, I shouldn't have did this, I should have did that, I should have been doing this, should have been doing that. And it's like, you cannot go back. You can't go back to the past. You can't change what happened. All you can do is learn from it. And I think the perspective of learning from stuff is like, okay, I did it. What am I learning from that? Am I going to be in another situation where I have the opportunity to change how I show up? Can I be different if I experience that same situation? Or am I just not really as advanced, or maybe I haven't grown as much as I thought I have? And I think that's why it be taking a long time to heal, because, um, oftentimes you have to wait until you're tested, or you have to wait until a situation arises. Like it might be a person that majorly triggers you, and you may have to, like, say, encounter that person to even realize, like, damn, I got a whole lot more healing to do. But I learned a lot of it never mattered. Mm-hmm. Yep. And you know, that's just life. Life is live and learn. Live and learn. And I really think just try to continue improving. Like continue to be better, continue growing, continue um I just think that it's our duty to be good people in our communities, good people to ourselves, good people in the world. And I think that it's really important to emit a positive vibration into the world, and that's our responsibility. And I think oftentimes when you are on a healing journey, sometimes it looks like it's just you, and you're the only one that is suffering, or you're the only one that is, benefiting from, even if you are healing, you're the only one that's healing. But that is not true. And we all benefit from healed people. We all benefit from good people. And even if you just not never encounter it, but just the frequency that you're putting out into the world is really important when you have good intentions and you have healing intentions. And I just think, this is a really far fetched idea, but I just feel deeply connected to the idea that we were so much powerful, so much more powerful, like in ancient times. And I think that we truly had power to heal ourselves. I feel like we truly had power to emit healing frequencies, our voices, the things that we would say, the songs that we would sing, the chants that we would bring forth into fruition. I think that all those things were we take those things for granted nowadays. We take those things for granted and we don't understand the power behind it. And so I really just think that, we should be elevating ourselves. We should be elevating to be better people, to be kind, to be thoughtful, to be caring, to be educated and knowledgeable on what it looks like to heal. It requires education. It requires, and I'm not saying you have to go to school or anything, but just even like looking up people who and I will always mention discernment, because you want to have discernment, because you don't want to be led by someone who is trying to capitalize off folks healing. But we do want to learn how to basically game recognize game. um, and so basically, like, us knowing, like, all right, I could tell that this person is in alignment. I could tell that by the things that this person is saying, that they're not just trying to scam me for money, or they're not just trying to be this perfect person. And I also don't necessarily believe in like leaders per se, because I just feel like we're all human. And so we're all going to make mistakes. And depending on our well being, and if we are well, um, you can make a lot of mistakes if you're not well. And so I just think that I have, it's scary to just follow one person and think like, oh, this person is going to change the world and I'm going to follow them to a T. Like, we should have our own discernment. Every single human being should know and be in tune with their own intuition. We should be able to be in a space and know when it's time to go, know what the things that we're supposed to consume, whether that be media or food. We should know the type of things that are good for us and the type of things that are bad for us. But intuition is something that you have to practice. And if you're not familiar with practicing, what your intuition and what your gut is telling you, then it's really hard to decipher when people are just throwing things, which is why it's like, you see TikTok and it's like, all these different like spiritual leaders, or and you don't know if it's true or not, or if they're real or not. And I think that upon some just simple investigation, just some stuff, you maybe hear like a word or two, and it's just like, this don't really sit right in my spirit. Yep, they're not perfect. No one is perfect. And I think that what we should be building and working towards is like community where no one is left out. That the a community where we can all support one another. No one is more important than anyone else. Where we have a safe space to go to so that we are not alone. I do think that oftentimes I do think it's necessary to spend time alone. I do. I do think it's important to, be in tune with your intuition and your own spirit. And I think it's necessary to go through things in solitude. But when that time is up and when it's time to arise, or when it's time to be in community, or when it's time to be supported, it's just important to have intuition to make sure that you're stepping into the right spaces and that you're being around people who won't manipulate you and do things to harm you. And so I don't know how I got all the way there, but I'll close up by saying, our why is important. Why do you want to heal? Been noticing this jealousy from all reasons. And honestly, um, it's jealousy. It looks like fear, and so people. It might be coming off like jealousy, but it might be more so like this person may just be afraid. They may be afraid of the things that you're doing, and because they see you doing things, their fear is coming out, and they're like, "No, you can't do that," or you don't need to be doing this, and that's because they have fear surrounding those things. And so it's coming up looking like jealousy, and I think, um, mm, yep, that's true. Yep, all it be all of that. And I think what I've had to learn, throughout my healing journey is that I can't save everybody. I can't change people. All I can do is be better myself, right? I have to be a better being myself. And I realized that in my family. And I'm really careful about how I speak about people that have harmed me, because I don't want to put the blame on them, and I don't want to give them the power. And I also still have love and compassion for them, because I think that we all like we all go through stuff. And just because someone is going through something, and that the thing that they're going through may be targeted at me at the moment because I am in proximity to them, does not mean that they don't deserve compassion as well. And I think when you think about it that way, you're able to shift your focus, and you're able to say, hmm, I could be upset with you. I could be mad. I could be like, feeling very like I ain't trying to fuck with you like that. But I also could feel like, you know what? Um, I understand what you're going through. I understand that, some things that I may say, or the way that I may look, or the way that I present myself may be threatening to you. But I don't hate you for it. I don't hate you for it, because there may have been a time in my life where I might have felt jealous about somebody, or I may have been envious of someone. And it's because I didn't have the tools within myself to understand that what they have is not for you. What you have is for you. What God has given you for you is for you, and nobody can take that away. And so, but we're not always mentally well. And so I just learned to start so that I can take my power back, and so that I can not dwell in negativity, or that I don't dwell in other people's issues or problems, or that I'm not trying to change someone else, because I can't. All I can do is be better myself and hope that I influence other people to be a better human being and to be a better daughter, loved one, and I'm not perfect. I'm still striving to be that. I'm striving to be a better mother, friend, sister, um, daughter, granddaughter. Um, there are so many things that I wish that I could do more of. I could, remember to call people on their birthdays, and like, life be life, and it's like so many tasks and so many things that um we have to keep up with on a daily basis, that is like I drop the ball sometimes, but my intentions are pure in my heart. I definitely want to be um, just contributing to the world in a positive way. So my why is attached to a lot of things. My why is I just feel that it's my purpose. I feel like it's my purpose to show folks that you could be a girl from the country, which is where I came from, Bakersfield, California, the country, the hood. Yes, I was, privileged to come up with a really um, just dope family who exemplified Black excellence at the time, but also had their flaws. And so I grew up in, very family rich, very family rich, and just great childhood. But at the end of the day, it was hood, it was poverty, it was food deserts all around us. Thank God my family like grew food, and like my family was like hella country. But my mom was on welfare. We had EBT. It was, you know what I'm saying, and and growing up in a city like that, I wasn't I had no idea that like this is because of oppression. Like we're experiencing this because of oppression. It's not because my mom like is just whatever, all these different things. The fact that my dad is in jail, the fact that my mom's like all these different things, and like now that I think about it, at the time, that was the 80s, so it was the crack epidemic, and I just can't even imagine, just like me in Compton. Yep, it does. It gives us our story. It builds character, and it helps us to have a reason why we want to like. I I hope to God that you know something that I do, whether it be my words, whether it be music, whether it be sound healing, that it touches someone that came from a similar background as me, and that um, they are able to be changed from something that I said, or just even just maybe inspired a little bit, and maybe just it helped them a little bit to realize like I am not alone. Used to be on crack on Bakersfield. Wow, yeah. Yep. So I like I had a thought about that today, and I just thought about how um how traumatizing that could have been to like experience that, like people that were normal people and changed into like people that were using crack. That's a lot. That's like really 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 traumatic. And so Black people have survived a lot. We have survived so much. And so um we've survived a lot, and I feel like it is now time for us to heal. It's time to heal from it all. It's time to come together. It's time to share our stories. It's time to learn about what it looked like to heal in ancient times. It's time to connect back to our ancestors and remember the ancient ways of healing. And there are so many different healing modalities, whether it be herbal medicines, whether it be chanting, whether it be prayers, um, whether it be rituals, um, just gathering in fellowship. We need to connect back to those ways. We need to figure out and educate ourselves on what exactly we need to do to unite, and to heal ourselves, so that the generation that is coming behind us, that they don't have to go through the stuff that we go through. I don't want my child to go through some of the things that I went through. And um, I love my family. I definitely know that I had it way better than a whole lot of people. Yeah, I grew up in the hood, but my grandmother lived down the street. I had aunties and uncles on both sides of me. They were doing well. But it just was right around that time when stuff was just starting to hit the fan, and people was doing crack, and people there started the what used to be a very prominent and dope black community turned into the hood. So back in my mom's day, it probably they were wealthy. They were wealthy. My grandmother, grandfather had a trucking company. They were wealthy, but by the time I grew up, my mom and dad's generation, well, my generation, by the time I came up, it was all bad. And like they were just trying to survive. And so yeah, I think that that's a lot. That's a lot to go through. And I think that, it's time for us to band together and learn, really educate ourselves on what we should be doing to heal our bodies and our minds. And I really think it's impossible to heal your mind if you're not healing your body. Our body is what keeps us able to focus. And when your body feels good, you're able to, just have longevity and comprehend other things. I think when we're so dumbed down with, all this bad food, this fried food, so much sugar, liquor, all of these different things, you just feel bad. Um, and so, uh, yeah, I think that it just requires everything. You can't just be like, oh, I just want to heal. I just want to, I don't know. I just want to be healed, and that's it. It's a process. It's a lot. It's like you want to think about changing your diet. You want to think about changing your lifestyle. Do you work out? Do you drink enough water? Are you outside in the sun enough? Are you around people that love you enough? Are you communicating? Are you able to talk to people? Are you able to just decompress and say what's on your mind? Do you have a safe space to do that? So yeah, I know it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. But I just think that the whole lot that this is, that in the healing journey, the whole lot that it is I would rather be doing the healing than doing the harming. I don't want to be I don't want to be on that side of history. I don't want to be on the side that did the harm and that continued to be blind to all the things that are plaguing our community and plaguing us as a people, whether it be the food, the television, all these different things that are trying to dumb us down and not allow us to thrive. I think that it's better to be on the side of no, we're going to heal. I'm going to be resilient. I am not going to quit. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to allow my current circumstances to beat me down because I know that there's better. And I think that when we change our mindset and when we realize, like, yes, there is crazy shit happening in the world, but I refuse to not have hope. And I refuse to believe that this is the standard. Like, the standard should be wellness, it should be joy, peace, all the things that are good for us, that are healthy for us. And I think that we just have to grasp and hold on to the idea that we can be better. Yes, it is hard. Yes, it's not easy. I don't think anything worth having um, it will come easily. But I think that if we continue to strive and just push through, and knowing that things will get better, things will be okay, that we gonna be all right. For real, for real. And I'm speaking to myself, honestly. I'm really like, telling myself because I have days where I'm like, man, like, really? This is not what I imagined. This is not what I thought would be happening. This is not where I thought I'd be in my life right now. Just, different things. But it's like, how dare you complain? Like, how dare you complain when you have another day to try again, when you have another day to be better? And so I just feel like it's my responsibility to strive to do better, um, and believe and have faith that I can. So that's all I got to say. I feel like I talked a lot. Thank you. You talk to me anytime, not on no creepy. Appreciate you. I appreciate you for just tapping in and just listening and contributing to the conversation. I hope something that I said, helped, or touched, or resonated with you. And yeah, I thank you. I thank you for tapping in tonight. Where you from? Where you joining this live from? You still in LA? You in Compton? Um, y'all been having a whole lot going out there. I'm trying to be out there. Y'all had the whole Kendrick concert. It was lit. Y'all had the Kendrick video. Now y'all got the BET Awards. It's cracking in LA right now. Um, But yeah, so thank you for tapping in. Thanks for Food Connect is my other page. Yes, Food Connect. Okay, reach out to me. Hit comment or something on from your other page if you want on my videos. It's like it's a few videos on here. I try to go live every day. I've been going live every day, for like 20 days. I like missed one day like 2 days ago because I was dog tired. But I try to go live every day to share my thoughts on how to start a healing journey and just how I have been. Oh, IG is this name? Okay. Um, how I've how I've been really processing my healing journey. And then I also do sound healing. I post videos of sound healing and just my life. So yeah, continue to tap in. I hope I could see you again. I'll tap in with you as well. If you're going live, I'll tap in as well. Um, and yeah, I hope you have a wonderful night. Peace and blessings. And oh, you've been following this page for real? How long you been following this page? This page used to be this page used to be a different page. It used to be me and my son's dad. We had a relationship page, and that's what we were doing on here. And I switched it. I switched it. He let me have a page, so I basically been just doing my thing and talking about healing and what my purpose is. This is my purpose. My purpose is to help people heal, to help people feel what healing feels like. Um, and sometimes I do that through music. Sometimes I do it through words. Sometimes I do it through curating experiences. There are many different ways that I have been able to follow my purpose. And I thought that it was just singing. I thought I was just a singer, but the older I get, the more I realize that I'm really just a creative. My mind is always coming up with new ideas. I'm a really creative person, and I think through my creativity, I hope that people can be touched and healed. And um, I want to be somewhat like my grandma. My grandma was a healer. She could pray over the phone for people and they would be healed. And I want to continue her legacy and, take some of the things that I learned from her and some of the powerful women in my lineage and my ancestors, and just use all my gifts to help, to help, to help, and to help elevate our frequency. And so, yeah, yeah. Well, God bless you, and you know, thank you, thank you for doing the work. Thank you for being committed to that, because it ain't easy. It's not. It's not easy, and it's the road less traveled. So many people want fast and worldly and just all these different things that really aren't helping us. Yep, yep. Back to gospel Kojic upbringing. And I you know, I do find some things wrong with the church, with the black church nowadays. Um, I do. I think there are a lot of things wrong with the black church, but I do believe that I know what my grandma had was real. I know that she was able to pray folks out of a lot of things, and so you know, she was tapped into to her ancestors and to the people that came before her. Um, hmm Yep. Yeah. And so, you know, I just want to honor the best parts of me and the best parts of my lineage, and I want to honor the ancestors that were here and wanted to do good, wanted to do well, wanted to enhance the overall well-being of our community. And I want to carry that legacy, and I want to show my son that that's who he is, and that's the lineage that he was born into. That's the legacy that he was born into, is healers, um, arts, artists, activists, liberators, free thinkers. That's what I want. That's the legacy I want to leave behind. And so I'm working on it. You know, I ain't perfect. I got a lot to learn. I still have a lot of room to grow. I got a lot more books to read. I got a lot more learning to do. But I'm committed to it. However long it takes me, I will be here healing. I will be here on the side that's righteous. I will be doing righteous things. I ain't trying to do no shady shit. I ain't trying to do nothing that is gonna harm anyone. I want to be well, and I want my people to be well. Um, so all right, I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna go to sleep. I gotta wake up early and go get my baby in the morning. So y'all have a good night. I do lives every day. I tap in and do lives. Uh, my family from so my great grandfather was from Texas. My great grandmother was from Oklahoma. Um, and I need to ask around. I wanted to ask some of my family members. I didn't get to ask my grandma this, my great grandmother this. She just passed this year. But I wanted to ask, what's my grandmother around when they had the Tulsa massacre? I want to ask her. I can't ask her, but I want to ask somebody in my family. Um, was she there, or like was she? Both of mine were from Texas. Yeah, so I even though I grew up in Bakersfield, I grew up hella country. Um, I had like horses and stuff in our backyard, and cows and chickens and turkeys. Yeah, I did. I just saw that the last two survivors of that they're not trying to give them reparations, which is like some straight up bullshit. It's really some bullshit. And I just, man, I just look forward to the day when we reclaim our power, when just the words that we speak out of our mouth are so powerful, that yeah, that man, that we're just able to come together and do what needs to be done and do what's right, do the right thing. Um, yeah, yep, yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna tap out. I gotta finish. I'm making a bracelet for my friend's birthday, but I've been like trying to figure out what piece I want to put next on it. But this is the bracelet that I'm making. Her name is Fatima. The F is there. We go. You can see the F. We do. I'm down to chop it up. I'm down to chop it up. Like I said, I'll be on here. I'm down to go live too if you want to ever go live with me. I could send you an invite or vice versa. I'm down to go live on your page. But yeah, we can go live and chop it up. But yeah, I'm just just here trying. So yeah, thank you, thank you. Oh, I'll show you. It's literally just a link. Like it's like I could email you a link. Once I go live, or when I'm going live, there's a link that I can send, and all you do is click on it, and then you'll pop up. It'll pop up on your phone, on your video. But yeah, reach out, let me know. we can go live. I lately I've been. It seemed like the lives be easier for me right before I'm about to go to bed for some reason. Sometimes I'm able to do it in the day, like when I'm getting ready to go somewhere, but most of the time I'm rushing. So, but yeah, I try to go live every single day. So I'll be on here and I'm down to chop it up and just exchange knowledge and continue to grow together. So good night, blessings to you, peace to you. Um, yeah, more healing to us all. All right, good night.